Hi there, everyone. I'm Janelle with Lasting Impression Horsemanship. This is Tyrone, short. His full name's Tyrone. I call him Ty for short. But I'll go ahead and use him kind of for my demo with my kind of groundwork and where I start when I get a horse in and what the first things I kind of teach are. And he is a 4-year-old Mustang I got a few weeks ago, and I'm just kind of starting to work with him. And I've worked with him a little bit, but not a ton, but he's already got a really good grasp of what we're trying to accomplish as far as that goes. But he's kind of one of those horses he's like super friendly, first of all, and he kind of likes to crowd into you. As you can see, he's in my safety space here. And if he was a horse that I knew did not respect me, I would be much more make this a bigger deal about him being this close into my space. But being as I already know he has that respect for me and I can easily back him out of my space, and we've already established that between us, I'm not as concerned about having him in my space there. But if we didn't have that established, you would know that for sure that's the first thing I would do is back him up out of my space. If he were to take a step towards me, I'm going to be like, nope, you got to get out of my space here, because this is one of the most important things to me. Is I need him to be able to stay out of my kind of safety circle here, and I don't need him to come in here and be able to hurt me, because if he's this close to me, he could rear up, be able to strike me with his front feet if he wanted to. If he wanted to somehow, he could maybe turn around and kick me with his back end, bite me, anything like that. But if he's this far away from me, then he's going to have a really hard time of being able to hurt me versus if he's really close to me. Okay, so I kind of make sure that I establish my boundaries with him, and I have to get him to respect my boundaries there. Okay, I also have to get him to look at me as if I was the alpha horse in the herd leadership. If I was a horse in the herd, like out in the pasture or something, I need him to look at me as if I was the boss horse out there, and I need him to look to me for leadership and kind of guidance. Okay, so anytime a horse gets introduced to somebody new, they're going to treat them as if they're another horse, and they're really sneaky about doing this too, and they're going to see who they can get to move their feet first with them. So they're going to kind of do these little tricks, and they're so sneaky about it that humans don't even realize they're doing it. Okay, so here he's coming in for some more attention. Normally I would back him up, but being he's making a good demonstration of this is kind of like the perfect timing. So a lot of times what horses will do is exactly what he did. He'll come up here and just act like he wants to get pet and friendly. Okay, so people come up and they're like all petting on him and stuff, and then he's rather close to me, and he's like in my personal space and way closer than what most people are comfortable with. Okay, so a lot of times what happens is they'll be petting him and talking to him and stuff, or I'll be talking to him and stuff, and they'll be like, oh, he's being so good and so everything like that. And then all of a sudden they'll go ahead and they'll take a slight step backwards, just like this. Okay, they don't even realize they do it, or people don't even realize they do it, but that horse right there, I guarantee you, realizes that you just moved your feet backwards, and he just thought, hey, I'm the one that made her move her feet backwards, so I'm going to be the boss horse in the relationship here. Okay, so being very aware of what your feet are doing is extremely important when working with horses. Okay, so anytime I have a horse that's a little bit more dominant or pushy or anything like that, and they come up into my space like this, I will right away go back and correct them and be like, I need you to back up and go back where you were before. So if he were to come back up here, I'm just going to be like, nope, I didn't ask you to come up here, and just put him back where he was. Okay, so that I'm just reiterating to him to be like, hey, what I said goes here. I'm not gonna put up with you trying to push into me here. Okay, so that is what the first things that I'm trying to establish with him is I need him to respect what I'm asking him to do. I have to be conscious of what my feet are doing. And I have to make sure that I'm communicating correctly with him and he's not interpreting my body language wrong. Okay.